Hey guys, Chris again, ClassicVWBugs.com, and in this short video I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, I don't know if you guys had a chance, last week I put out a video showing basically like 20 years of me restoring Beetles. My first restoration was in 2003, and I found this Beetle, a 68 Bug, in this parking lot condo complex, and it was just sitting there and it was rotting. And it was just all rusty looking, and on the back of it, it said effing groovin', and if you see that in the video, it's pretty funny. And at the time, I had a 71 Super Beetle Convertible. That was my first Beetle that I got in summer of '99. But I didn't restore that one. It came basically the way I bought it. So I came across the 68 while I was driving the Super Beetle to this, at the time, it was a girl that I was seeing, and in the parking lot was this 68 Beetle, and the guy stuck his head out. He's like, look, I see you like Beetles, would you want mine? And I wound up buying that 68 Bug in 2003 for $350. I remember that precisely. So brought that baby home, and that was our first resto project. We actually did the floors and heater channels in that car from following the Rick Higgins videos on the floor and heater channels. And did that on our backs, guys, and we did that in a garage with no lift. Did not even take the body off the chassis, so I don't even ask me how we did it. I don't know how we did it, my father and I, but we were able to make that car okay. It was a nice driver, and at the time I couldn't believe what you were able to restore Beetles for back then. For under $10,000, I had that Bug done in the bag, which is pretty crazy. That's kind of unheard of today. And if you do get a chance, watch the video, please. I mean, it's 20 years of me doing restoration, and you know, it all started off as a hobby, and then it turned slowly into a business. So business came around probably around 4 or 5 years later. So 20 years of restoring Bugs. It's been a pretty cool ride, guys. But I put my heart and soul into that. I show a little bit of my family. My grandfather's in the beginning, and my grandfather was a huge inspiration on me. And today's actually would have been his birthday. He was born in 1919, and he was in World War II, so he was very handy. He actually would fix the planes and the bombers, the fighters and the bombers when they came back, and when he was in England during World War II. So he was very mechanically inclined. He had a very good artistic side to him, too. He had the nice soft hand, too, to make things. We built things together when I was a kid. Lionel trains, my RC cars, RC planes. We built go-karts together. We just always tinkered and did things. So I have that kind of, I guess, a little bit of his touch, you know. So I'm grateful to have been his grandson. And so watch that video. Please share it if you can. I put my heart into that. And that's just one version of the video I put out. I have 2 other songs that I'm thinking about doing for that video, because it was very hard to scrunch in my 20 years of video and filmmaking into 4.5 minutes with that song. Pretty tough to do, but I think I picked a lot of good moments, and I kept going back and tweaking it. So I might change that up again and come out with a longer version maybe sometime down the line. But please watch that. It's on my homepage and my YouTube channel, and it'd be great to hear your thoughts. And if you guys could share that would be great. So on another note, I want to talk about, again, pricing, the market right now for Volkswagens. We just saw an auction that ended this past weekend at Amelia Island. And a fellow I know named Dustin, he owns a company called Wagon Masters, and he does VW restorations. And it's funny, whenever Dustin does a video, or I'm sorry, when he does a restoration, he always winds up calling me and saying thank you, because he followed my videos to help him do his restoration. So pretty cool that he does that. And you know, I've never met him face to face, but we've always spoken on the phone. And he had a 1959 Karmann Ghia Lowlight convertible cross the Gooding and Company auction at Amelia Island. Now, Amelia Island's cream of the crop, guys. It's a Concours, and he had his car cross that block. I do feel that, you know, shows like that, Gooding and Company, RM auctions, Bonham's auction, they put on, I think, the best results when it comes to crossing a VW on the block. Barrett Jackson and Meekum per se, that's a very big muscle crowd. It's just a different clientele. But European classics and things like that really do well at Gooding, RM, and Bonhams. So if you didn't see the auction, and I actually missed it, it went across last Friday, and the 59 Ghia convertible slammed down, I think around 110, I think he told me. And after fees, you know, the auction takes a fee. It was about over $123,000 this car went for on the Gooding auction block. So I think if you have any VW from the 50s, whether it's a convertible or a ragtop, and you do the restoration correctly and it's really stellar looking, you could be expecting to see results like this in today's day. Like I said, you know, restorations now, to get one of these cars done now, I mean, we start at 75, 80 grand to do a restoration for a client. And again, a lot of that has to do with the cost of parts and materials and supplies. And parts have gone up, you know, 35, 40, 50% since COVID. And that's passed down to me. And then even with my painters, they're tossing that on me as well, because their supplies have also gone up. So it's pretty wild to see what's happening, you know, and to see that restorations used to be, I used to get them in the bag for under 10 grand back when my 68 was done. It was a budget resto, don't get me wrong, but pretty amazing to see what's really happening in the market today. So if you go check that out, Gooding & Company, just do a Google search and you'll see the restoration of this 59 Karmann Ghia. I think if you had a 59 Beetle, that would probably do the same, you know, if you had the same color combination. But do check that out. I think it's pretty amazing what's happening with the scene. Buses have still, you know, still doing crazy money, still doing six figures. $200,000, $100,000, $200,000 for 67 and earlier buses. And what I do see a lot with the buses is that people are converting the later buses, say even like a 71 or 72 bus, to an earlier looking bus. And they're pulling amazing money. So it's not so much the year purist sort of thing. People just want a really good looking car. They want a really good looking Beetle, good looking Ghia, good looking bus, and you can deviate from originality. And as long as it still looks vintage and still looks killer, I think just people want a fun car. That's all what it's coming down to. So pretty amazing, guys. I would definitely go check that out. And, you know, just something to think about now. As time goes on, restorations are just going up. The cost of these cars are going up. And I know it's getting out of reach for a lot of people, and it's sad to some degree, but, you know, they did stay inexpensive for a very long time. And now the good ones are just becoming, you know, harder and harder to find. So anyways, that's that video. I'm doing my errands. I'm sorry I'm in my Passat today. I just came to mind and I wanted to do this quick video. So guys, if you like this content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and that'll help me with the Skynet algorithm. Yes, that's right. Google is Skynet. And Terminator, anybody? So yeah, that would help me. And that's it. So if you guys got any questions, I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time.